To you, and thanks for being here with us. Tonight we are getting a much better look at the devastation inside a Kentucky prison where several buildings were burned during a riot.
Parts of the prison are gutted after inmates set fires in trash cans, broke windows, and destroyed toilets on Friday night. Sky first flew over Northpoint for a view of the damage today, and state officials surveyed the site as well. Most of the inmates have been moved to other facilities, and officials have implemented a smoking ban. Wendy Anyking gives us a tour tonight of the grounds in our top story.
State corrections officials were able to get a first-hand look Monday afternoon at the damage left by Friday night's disturbance at the Northpoint Training Center. Pictures provided by prison officials show just how destructive the actions by some inmates were.
You know, my assessment going through and looking at the burned buildings is that I believe most of them will have to be raised, and we'll have to start from scratch on those. During
an afternoon press conference, Justice and Public Safety Secretary J. Michael Brown said things could have been much worse at the medium security prison, which houses some 1,200 inmates.
All the staff was accounted for, that we hadn't heard reports of serious physical injuries or death, that all the inmates were accounting for. This came as close to a miracle as you can get.
Now, in the wake of this disturbance, critics are questioning whether or not Northpoint had adequate resources in terms of staffing and equipment like radios and flex cuffs. But officials here say the outcome speaks for itself.
Everyone did exactly what they had trained for. We actually had enough radios that we didn't even have to break them all out of their containers, and we loaned them to the other agencies as they arrived so that we could all be on the same frequency.
The cause of the disturbance is still under investigation.
What you have is various reports, and it's going to take quite a while for us, particularly in a situation where we've had so many who've had to be moved out already, to do interviews.
But the facility had been locked down since an incident earlier in the week.
10 to 15 Hispanic inmates that assaulted a black and a white inmate over theft of property. At that time, this was around 2:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. At that time, the yard was locked down.
Following the disturbance, 700 inmates were transported to public and private institutions across the state, leaving 500 on the Northpoint grounds. In Danville, Wendy Anyking, WKYT 27 News First.